Hi, this is Emily Gower, creator of the Inspiration Bible Project, fourth-time published author and founder of Gower International Publishing, and I'd love to welcome you to the Inspiration Bible Philanthropic Project. 365 people coming together from all around the world to bring their content and their stories to help us create an uplifting and inspirational book for humanity. Keep watching this video to learn about how the power of inspiration can help you to go after what you would love in life and to find out how you can win a copy of the book Inspiration Bible. The best way for me to explain to you the power of inspiration is to really talk about the difference between life when you're inspired and life when you're uninspired. So first of all, let's talk about what happens when you're actually not inspired and you're not utilizing the force of inspiration in your life. Well, the first thing is that life seems to lose its meaning. You seem to not really understand why you're doing things. You're kind of going on from day to day. Maybe you're working in a job that you don't really love, and you start to just feel a little bit like, apathetic, as if to say, well, why bother? Why would I make the effort to do that? It can even have an impact on your relationships, because if you're not inspired in what you're doing and you're not inspired by life overall, then you become, and I say this very, very gently, not as great company. It's harder to be inspired and to want to work on your relationship, unless of course you're inspired by relationships, when you actually yourself feel that your tank of inspiration isn't full. Inspiration really gives you that sense that there is a continuity and there is an underlying meaning and there is an underlying magic that's happening to your life. And when that's absent, not only does it impact you and your overall fulfillment and of course your relationships, but it then ripples out to impact areas of your life like your health, like your finances. And this might show up in the form of, always being tired or having, being really lethargic or keeping on continuing, creating different ailments for yourself. Now, I'm personally a big believer in mind-body connection, and I know that inspiration naturally brings vitality to the body. And so when you're not inspired, you actually are hindering your health and well-being. And then across to your finances, inspiration really gives you that drive to go after something, to build wealth, to actually earn money, to have an amazing financial house. And so when that inspiration is lacking, again, you can, reduce your income earning potential, and the way that you manage money will be more emotional as opposed to from a really poised, inspired place, simply because you're trying to fill what you think is missing in your life with things like short-term infatuations or, immediate gratification, as Dr. John Demartini would explain it. So the lack of inspiration and, being uninspired really does kind of put a different energy over your whole life. Now, on the flip side, when you become inspired, you all of a sudden will illuminate yourself, which then in turn illuminates the areas of your life, and then that ripples out to the other people that you can touch and influence in the world. So inspiration, let's have a look at how it might show up in your life. So the first sign of inspiration is actually a feeling that's inside of you. And it might be a feeling which comes associated with an idea. So for example, for me, it would be like, oh my gosh, the Inspiration Bible Project. That's an inspiring idea. It has a lot of inspiration behind it. In fact, the whole project is about inspiration because I so deeply believe in it. Now that idea then leads to actions, and it leads to conversations with people like Jamie Stenhouse, my internet marketer and the V8 engine behind the scenes. And it leads to then starting to create things, and it creates momentum and movement, and you start to connect in with other people. You start to talk to them about what you're doing, and all of a sudden that force of inspiration kind of starts to slowly take over your life. And if you let it, it can go all the way through your life and start to impact your business, the things that you do, the services and products that you provide. Are you a speaker? Are you a trainer, a coach? You see the inspiration will start to sneak its way into every interaction that you're having with your clients. And it will also make its way into your marketing. Now, of course, if you allow it to go there, it'll also ripple back in and help you to create an inspired financial life. So that means earning more, it means saving, it means knowing your goals and where you want to go. It means knowing why you're making money in the first place. And because all of a sudden you'll have a vision and something that will be beyond just the money, something that you want to use the money for, but that the money is kind of a side effect of, if that makes sense. And then it will ripple back, like I was just referring to your health. It will come into your health. All of a sudden at 2 a.m. in the morning, you could have, like so much energy, an absolute abundance of energy because you're up late, you're burning the midnight oil, and you're working on something that you really care about. Now, inspiration then ripples into everything else, like your social interactions, where you have higher quality friendships. And it's like a little magic that kind of spreads itself all through your life, and it enables you to become a high achiever because you actually, when you're inspired, feel driven to do something with that feeling of inspiration. It's very rare that I've experienced a feeling of inspiration without also having a desire or an ambition that came from it. So when people ask me, how have you done so much by 26? How is it that you're achieving so much? It's really simple. I'm inspired by it. I love to write. I have a lot of inspiration when I put pen to paper. I have a lot of inspiration when I'm coaching people. I love to do what I do in business. I love to speak. And all of these things deeply inspire me, including travel. So having this power of inspiration is really about moving from being uninspired to something that is inspiring for you. Now, you can certainly have areas of your life that are more inspiring to you than others. And sometimes that will change and alternate, like your business might go through a bit of a lull or a plateau while you're figuring out what is our next big move, what we'd love to do next. And other times it might be your relationships where you're like, I'm kind of lost, I don't really know where to go. Or it could be your finances where you've achieved your goal and now you're looking for that next big flame of inspiration, that next big fuel to kind of take you forwards. And that's okay, because that's a journey of life. But work on having one mission and one vision and one sense of purpose that actually filters through everything that you do so that you can embody what inspiration can do for you, so that you know what it feels like to actually have an idea that comes from the soul, so that you know what it's like to have a message that you would love to share, and so that you can have other people say about you, hey, that's a really inspirational human being. This is the power of inspiration. It is the difference between being uninspired and inspired. It is about not just how this influences your own life, but how it allows you to be seen in the eyes of the world, in the eyes of the audience, in the eyes of your clients, and even in the eyes of the people who you love most and, of course, who love you back. So, engage the power of inspiration. Focus on the things that you care about most, and you'll find that it will soon flow and it will flood through the rest of your life. If you would love to hear a little bit more about inspiration from me, then please feel free to download the Essence of Inspiration audio by filling out your details in the box below. Also, I would absolutely love to have you become part of the Inspiration Bible book and help us bring more inspiration to the world. All you need to do is scroll down and secure your page. And finally, if you would love your chance to win a copy of the Inspiration Bible once it's published, simply answer the question about what inspires you in the Facebook box below, and we look forward to reading your comments very, very soon.